Peace, family, and welcome to another episode Underground Railroad Radio. This is your host, Brother Rich, and I'm joined once again with the living legend, Professor Griff. Welcome back for another week, brother.
Give thanks, man. It's always a pleasure to be back, Brother Rich. It's always a pleasure to know and understand that we're being consistent, man, and putting this information out, man.
Indeed. How was the alchemical cipher today?
Oh, man, it was off the chain, man. MC Shan, man, that brother need to be on TV. Okay. But yeah, just good information. And he showed up with his daughter. She did the interview with him.
Okay.
I think she about 7, 8. You understand what I'm saying? But, yeah. But he's a single dad, single parent dad. So, you know, he hit me up ahead of time, let me know the situation. I said, bring her, man. So yeah, he's doing the damn thing, man. And then Cut Creator, man, has some very, very critical stories I've never heard about the early days of hip hop and what went on. He mentioned the fact that he wasn't the original Cut Creator. Wow, so he was dropping some stuff on us about, you know, LL and then, you know, hip hop and that kind of thing. And then Scorpio called in. Because he couldn't make it, but he called in. He dropped some stuff on us also, man. You understand what I'm saying? So, our people got some stories to tell, man. We the griots, man. So we need to put these brothers in front of these young cats in this rap game, man, and they need to extract these valuable lessons, man, from these brothers. For real.
That's why we waiting on Artifaxual, man.
That's right. I got you.
That's why
I got you,
man. Waiting on that. I'm gonna post a link every video. I gotta post that link for the people to contribute to that, man. For real.
Oh, give thanks, man. But it's coming, man. We're making headway. Yeah.
You know, and I also heard you guys are being honored. Public Enemy's being honored at the upcoming Black Power Awards in November.
Yes. On November 12th in Atlanta, Georgia, we're being honored, and it's a beautiful thing, man. When people reached out and told me and showed me the award, I was like, you know, kind of taken back, man.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a general consensus, an overwhelming general consensus, that Public Enemy should be honored for the work that we've done, not only with the music, but outside of the music, in reference to the community, and the work that we consistently put out, right? You know, whether people like it or don't like it or understand it or don't, or haven't caught up to the understanding yet. Nonetheless, we've been consistently doing the work together as Public Enemy and as individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Indeed.
It's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, indeed. I definitely advise everybody to get your pay-per-view tickets to view that. That's going to be something to see. Is it true Black Dot going to be playing Flavor Flav? Is he going to?
That's what they told me. Man.
It's going to be fine, though, man. I can't wait. If you can't make it, get your pay-per-view tickets. I think the website is blackpowerawards.com. But I'm gonna be down there for that one. So I can't wait to see it, man. And I'm glad you guys are getting honored that night, man. So I can't wait to see that.
Thanks, man.
Indeed, man. But you know, Griff, to move on to the show, Professor Griff, we got a lot going on in the world today. The country, you know, seems to be on fire. I mean, people are talking about all types of things with the country. Tensions at an all-time high. We got flooding going on in Baton Rouge. Every week there's a new police shooting caught on film. And, I mean, people are just fed up all over the place. You got the elections. You got politicians lying left and right, making false promises. I mean, it's just all types of things going on, Professor Griffin. And in the middle of all of this, you got the Olympics, a celebration that's happening in Brazil, Rio de Janeiro. So you got people upset that they will hold the Olympics in a country that's primarily poor, of African descent, and all these corporations is making all this big time money in the country. Right. You got the fastest run in the world, Usain Bolt, who came out and said, "You can't get an ad with me unless you bring it to my country in Jamaica." He told him straight up, "You're not gonna make money off of me unless you bring the whole production crew to my country in Jamaica." He's the fastest. Yeah. This is the dude that Ellen just got in trouble. She put out a meme where she's on his back as if he's a big buck, and he's running, and she just riding him like how they used to do in slavery. She just riding him, and he's just running with her on his back. So that's the dude I'm talking about. If the people don't know who Usain Bolt is, but he's the fastest runner in history. But the brother happens to be from Jamaica. So the brother said that. People all over, that for years they've been comparing the Olympics to the Hunger Games. They're saying this is just a way for the elite to get together, and they get to be entertained by the gladiators of the world. So they get together and they're entertained by all of this. So people compare it to the Hunger Games. Athletes have been getting robbed out there, Professor Griff. I think his name is Lachmi. One of the swimmers got robbed. It wasn't Michael Phelps. It was one of the other swimmers. I forget I think his name is Lachmi. But a lot of things have been going on out there. A lot of ideas have been expressed. People talk about the origins of the Olympics coming from Greece, and people know what the deal with Greece is, what they was getting down with in Greece. So with all that being said, Professor Griff,
it was kind of greasy, but
yeah. With all that being said, how do you feel with the climate that it is, with the poverty in the country of Brazil, with the Olympics and this what some people call corporate domination and greed? How do you feel about the Olympics? Are you happy to see it? Does it make you angry? Do you feel as though it's something we should be concerned with? What's your whole take on the Olympics, one of the most so-called important events that's going on around the world right now, Professor Griff?
Well, I think I have mixed emotions, mixed feelings, but I have a clear consciousness because I know and understand that all of the ball games are political. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said and talked about the war of the balls. She talked about their political. She talked about dealing with the psyche of less melanated people and how on a subconscious level they won't be able to clearly articulate their desire to want to destroy and crush and focus in on the balls. And this is, when I say balls, I'm not being vulgar. I'm talking about the football, the baseball, the basketball.
Right.
And, hell, even the damn medicine ball. You understand what I'm saying? She talks about the large black and brown balls as opposed to the tiny white balls. The medicine ball and the basketball compared to the baseball and the golf balls. And she breaks it down very clearly and in her book, The ISIS Paper. So we need to understand the psychological and subconscious implications of what these particular games with the balls mean. In dealing with symbology, we need to look at the logo of the Olympics. Is it the same logo as the Audi car company? What are the rings about? What are the rings of power? Google that right now. What is the ring of power? And then watch the videos on YouTube dealing with the ring of power, part 1 and part 2. Are these the rings of power? Where, like you said, the elite get together and watch subhumanoids play out these particular games to their fantasy and to their delight? What are the balls about? So when you are talking about symbology and you're talking about interlocking rings from different countries, why settle on a place like Brazil, which they've masked over the poverty and the filth of how Brazil really looks. They're staying away from the city of the gods. They're staying away and not mentioning that the vast majority of the people in Brazil are poor and black. So this is a very real dynamic that we have to look at this particular thing. When I say I have mixed feelings, because some of the brothers and sisters that do go to the Olympics get to show people and show the world their talents, their abilities, and possibly enhance their life and enhance their people's lives in reference to which country they're from. Beautiful thing, but we cannot lose sight of the fact that this is political. And politics is the science of governing people, and we need to understand that and deal with it for what it truly really is. Doing the history of the Olympics, stemming from the games that they put on in Greece, which was ties us back into the whole idea of the gymnasium and having a mentor, which Imalamu Mani Baruti, in his book Homosexuality and the Effeminization of the African Male, spells that out very clearly, that we should not be calling those that guide and direct us mentors. The whole mentorship program, a mentor was the one that brought the young man into the gymnasium and broke him. You understand what I'm saying? We should not be using that term. Not at all. So I have mixed feelings about it, but I understand that it's political. I'm not mixed or confused in my consciousness. I just have mixed emotions about whether or not our people, like the brother from Jamaica said, no, I'm not granting you the permission to use my image or whatever else. I say to make profit, or for me if my country is not going to profit. Mm-hmm. And that's a very real dynamic. So with that said, you do have some athletes going to and participating in the Olympic Games that are conscious. They're well awake and they're well aware of what's going on with the subtle implications that the Olympics may be, or that the Olympics are steeped in politics.
Now, Professor Griff, when you speak on Dr. Francis Chris Wilson and the ISIS papers and the brown balls versus the small white balls, some people might think Professor Griff is reaching on that one. Dr. Francis Chris Wilson was reaching on that one. Why? Just using, let me use me as an example. If I'm a sick individual, if I'm an individual with an inferiority complex, if I'm an individual with that fears genetic annihilation, what does putting symbolically representing these colors in sports do for my psyche? What does having a pool table, and this is for the people that may not understand, that think you're reaching, where the last ball is the black ball, knocking it down the hole, or smoking a cigar, and the cigar represents opulence, and the cigarette is small, and it just represents, just a regular smoke, or having a basketball is a brown ball, and it's bigger than the other balls that are white, a golf ball. What does this do for me psychologically? And I ask you that because I want the people to understand, why would a sick person even come up with these color concepts within sports that Dr. Francis Cress Wilson refers to in her book, The ISIS Papers?
Well, you know something, Brother Rich? If we look at it very simplistically, let's put the scientific aspect of it away for a minute, all right? Okay. And let's just look at it simplistically, and let's approach it from a novice perspective. Let's look at the game of pool. Mm-hmm. You have all the representatives of the different races of the people represented by the colored balls, right? Mm-hmm. The number one ball, which is the cue ball, knocks all the other balls up under the green earth, all right? I'm talking about the castration of the balls. Mm-hmm. So the cue ball, which is the white ball, knocks all the other balls up under the earth, all right? And the last one that they have to conquer and deal with and subdue and control is the black ball.
The 8 ball.
Once you control and manipulate and crush and manipulate the black ball and dominate the black ball, then you win the game, because the 8 ball is the one that they said they have to conquer. Now listen to the language of racism, white supremacy. What happens when you blackball somebody?
You lose the game.
What happens when a black cat crosses your path?
Bad luck.
You have bad luck.
Right.
If you're behind the 8 ball, you lose, right?
Right.
But what happens when in their dealing with symbology in their culture is just the opposite, because now the psyche is not at work. Now they got to counteract those particular things. Everyone that's in dark skin, i.e. uniforms, have a position of authority. Police officers, judges, the military, everyone in dark uniforms are in positions of authority. Not white uniforms, dark uniforms. And we need to understand the psyche of racism, white supremacy, and symbology, and how it plays out in the psyche, taking a normal novice approach to the whole idea of understanding the war of the balls and how it plays out. Not in our psyche, because we don't think about this all day. They do. So they fashion a language that supports their white inferiority complex, their white psyche. So then when you talk about basketball, you talk about a large, dark ball, right, being stuffed in a round hoop with a white net representing the white woman's vagina. And then the referees, in most cases, both football and basketball, wear striped shirts representing the occultic language of it all, the black and white magic. Then you're talking about football. You're talking about a ball which is handed to another man through another man's legs, all right, from his crotch area, right? Mm-hmm. And then when you score a touchdown, everyone gets excited. And that's the language white men use when they actually have sex with a white woman. They say they scored. Right?
Okay, right.
And then when you want the extra point, you kick the black ball through the white upright legs at the end of the football field. Mm-hmm. See, the psyche is being played out through the ball games. This is why they're so excited and up in arms about the Olympics and whether or not their athletes are going to take home the precious medals. But the precious medals is not the gold, the silver, the bronze, because that is a different kind of symbology, because that represents the form of currency. But we're not talking about that. The currency that they're actually really talking about is that genetic material that lies in the testicles of a black man that can successfully annihilate white people. That's what they're playing out in their psyche. So, and we have to understand that from a simplistic, practical approach, and not necessarily get too scientific about it. Because a lot of times, when you get scientific, you know, the man that plays golf is the most virulent, well-off, rich white people that smoke cigars because it represents a long black male penis, as opposed to the cigarette, which in Europe they call the cigarette a fag. Mm-hmm. That's their terminology. If you're talking about a skinny, little puny-ass, white-ass, pink-ass fucking penis, that's equated to the cigarette, and the cigarette is called a fag in Europe. So when white men have babies, they don't come to the hospital giving out cigarettes. They give out big, long, dark, black penis-like cigars. When you see well-to-do white people, they smoke cigars and pipes. When they dress up to go to important engagements, you know, i.e. graduations and important events, the Oscars and that kind of thing, they wear black tie and tails because the tail represents a black man's penis. So we can play these and talk about these games all night long, and we can talk about the psyche and how symbology is playing out in white America among white people. You see, black people don't want to hear this. You understand what I'm saying? Because some of them want to play defense attorney for the psyche of white people that are genetically inferior to black people. Now, if you really want to get scientific, we could talk about melanin and some of the other ball games. The baseball, you're standing there with your legs cocked open with a big, dark stick between your legs, knocking the hell out of that little white ball, and in most cases, knocking that shit out the park. You understand what I'm saying? And when white men have sex with white women, that's the language that they use. Did you score? Was it a home run? You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. This is the language that they use with one another. We don't use that language. We got destructive language when it comes to letting another man know that we had sex with a black woman. We say we smashed, we crushed it, we hit it. You understand? That's not our language. See, that language is playing out in their culture because of their psyche. So we can go through the ball game and figure it out. But we can compare when we're in the gym throwing that big, heavy, thick, dark medicine ball around as opposed to them playing tennis with the little balls, or golf with the little balls, or ping pong with the little balls. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, this is a real dynamic. We need to understand this particular dynamic and how it plays out on a psychological level in their culture.
You know, I noticed one of the headlines, one of the major headlines in the Olympics this year have been the women's gymnastics team, and they're just conquering. They're like way ahead of all the gymnasts. And some of the females on the team are black. Gabby Douglas, Simone Biles, I think her name is. And there's a Hispanic sister. You might as well say black, but, a Hispanic sister on the team as well. But I noticed one of the major headlines on Instagram and Facebook, Gabby Douglas has been receiving a lot of criticism for her hair. And it's kind of sad, you know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, again, we've been through this before with the whole hair complex thing. And it's like, damn, like, how do they expect her hair to be? She's sweating bullets. She's training. She's working. She's in the Olympics. And a lot of the criticism is coming from black women. And it's like, Griff, do you think, I mean, what do you think when, and I know it's kind of hard with two men sitting up here speaking about, you know, women's hair, but do you think it's jealousy when a woman sees another sister wear natural hair and they're confident and maybe deep down inside they want to wear it like that, but they're not confident to wear it like that? Or is it just they really think our hair is ugly? Because I'm like, do they really think? Because I'm looking at her hair and I'm like, okay, she got it in a bun. She's mother effing doing gymnastics. How the hell do they want her to have her hair? I don't get it. So I'm like, are they jealous? Are they jealous that they don't have the confidence to do that? Or do we still really look at our hair as being that ugly? Which one do you think it is? Do you think it's a little bit of both, Professor Griff?
Yeah, I think, Brother Rich, you hit it right on the head. I think, yeah, that's that language again. You hit it on the head. All right, yeah, we'll right. It's a little of both. I think those people would rather see her lose with a pretty hairstyle rather than win with the regular old nappy hair that she has. You understand what I'm saying?
That's deep. Yeah.
You lose but when you lose, long as you look good. But that's that self-defeating, self-hatred coming up in black people. You understand what I'm saying? And just because the sister is a good gymnast, which that's what the hell she trained for the last damn 4 years, to go there and win, not to go there and make sure her hair stays in place. And you're right. She's doing the damn thing, man. Ain't nobody, that's the last thing you worried about. I saw one of them sisters do about 900 damn flips in the air, man. Yeah. Stayed in the air for about 2 minutes. It came down when she wanted to come down. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm sure that's the last thing that she was worrying about was her damn hair. I'm sure that was the last thing, but I think some of the people that are viewing this are viewing it through the lens of self-hatred. Even though they're winning, we still have this this burning desire, rather, to always want to be like the white slave master and the white slave master's children. And this is a very, very destructive kind of verbiage that they're putting out there. You understand what I'm saying? For even, and I'm sure Gabby Douglas and the rest of them don't give a damn. They going home with all kind of damn medals. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They going home with all kinds. They're not concerned about some of these little flunkies on YouTube and other places talking about their damn hair. She went through that madness last 4 years ago, and she still ain't got a new hairstyle. What the hell is she supposed to come with, a goddamn perm or a damn wig? How the hell are you going to do gymnastics with a wig on?
Yeah, crazy.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we have to understand this particular self-defeating self-hatred. Dr. Amos Wilson talks about this. If you go to Google and put in Dr. Amos Wilson, the psychology of self-hate, Brother Rich, some of the things that Dr. Amos Wilson talks about, he even talks about in a few of his books, it is mind-numbing, because what we're witnessing now is walking right off the page. Right off the pages of Dr. Amos Wilson's book. Right off the pages of Dr. Francis Cress Wilson's book, The ISIS Papers. Right off the pages of this $40 million slave. The book, The $40 Million Slave. And this is a very critical time in which we live in, and you said it. But for these people to come back, and the only thing that they have to talk about is to degrade another person that looked like them because of the texture of their hair. Let me tell you what the texture of their hair allowed them to do, Brother Rich. But because they didn't have long, stringy hair, it wasn't inhibiting them or prohibiting them from doing all them goddamn twists and turns and flips that they needed to do, because the hair would have gotten in their face. So the Creator said, no, I'm going to twist your hair up and coil it up. You understand what I'm saying? Because naturally, it's that antenna that connects with the cosmic forces. So I'm going to curl it up for you naturally so you can get through all them damn flips and turns. Now, I'm not sure whether the rest of the year they wearing perms and wig pieces and clip-ons and they got whatever weaves or whatever they got going on. I'm saying for the Olympics, that's what they need to do. Wear your natural hair the way it grows out of your head, as Dr. Joy Leary and Joy DeGroot teaches us. And this is a very critical thing, that if they did what they did by leaving it alone and not being concerned about how their damn hair looked, they would have probably walked away with a few more medals. Let me tell you something. The Creator provided a way for us if we would come back home to ourselves, accept our own and be ourselves. You understand what I'm saying? Other people have learned to accept themselves or how they look. This is who and what we are. Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad said we're 150 million shades of midnight. Some of us are blacker than black. So we're damn near purple in the face. But some of us are light, bright, and damn near white. Am I right or wrong?
True.
All of us part of our family. And we need to understand that. Plain and simple. So the people that are actually running their mouths about how the sister's lips look or her nose look or her hair look, I think we should kind of save that and stop judging people on what we see on the surface. And won't we just kind of understand them from a soul level and respect the fact that this is who and what we are as the people in this present day and time in 2016. It's a beautiful thing to see the sisters show up and show the hell out on the Olympics, man. For real, man. I'm telling you, I was like, man, I had to sit back. When I seen this one sister doing so many damn flips, I'm like, damn, I got tired just watching.
Right, yeah.
With ease, Brother Rich. And then did a back layout, like back somersault into a back layout, and like she just controlled her body. It seemed like she slowed it down. I was like, wow. Black man and woman are the gods and goddesses, man. And white people, if they actually be honest with themselves, their ancestors used to sit back and worship. I shouldn't say used to, they still do. Worship black people as gods, as Eugene Adams teaches us in Africans in Asia.
Do you think the athletes and the Olympians get too much attention? When you look at some people was kind of surprised that the salaries some of the basketball players were getting in the NBA, they were getting this season. And, you know, I mean, $20 million a season, and some people feel as though that it kind of sends the wrong message to the youth as far as what's important and what's not important, and what to aspire to be. So do you think, and just the way the people pay attention to the Olympics, the sponsors they get, the advertisements that they get, do you think they kind of get too much attention and too much money for what they do, Professor Griff?
Absolutely not. They make a sacrifice, man, to push their body to the threshold, to the limit, to pull the best out of themselves for 4 years. Hell, we don't see them but every 4 years.
Right.
So to maintain a discipline, to eat right, to live right, to be disciplined enough to get up, 4 o'clock in the morning and do 10 hours and stay in shape and stay fit and perfect your craft and do what you do every 4 years, of course they should be sponsored. Of course they should be, they should be paid. Of course. You understand what I'm saying? And that's not to say that that's their focus. That, maybe it's partly their focus. Maybe that's a motivator. I'm sure it's a motivator for you to get up every goddamn day and go to work on the raw so you can get paid at the end of the week.
Right.
So whether it serves as a motivator or whether it serves as as just a means of support, because I'm sure that the parents sacrifice, relatives sacrifice, family, support units, friends, people that start Kickstarter and crowdfundme and GoFundMe and just to raise money for the particular athletes to go do their thing. It's a beautiful thing, man. So for you to, at the end of this 4-year stretch, for you to come home with a trophy, for you to come home with a medal, and for you to come home with a check is a beautiful thing. You understand what I'm saying? But we come home with much more than that, Brother Rich. Pride in our chest, to know that we accomplished something, to drape yourself in a flag that may mean something to you and your people, to hold your head up. It's as if you have nothing and just your family made a sacrifice to send you to America, and now you over here from Ghana, Nigeria, or China, or one of them other places representing your country. You understand what I'm saying? And you there in the Olympics. You come from nothing, but you was able to bring home 2 or 3 gold medals. That you bringing home a lot more than just a paycheck and a medal, man. The young kids that watch you and that follow you and want to be like you, their chest swells up, man, when they know that someone from their country did it, and it lets them know that they can do it also.
Indeed.
So like I said, I had mixed emotions and mixed feelings about it, because when you see those little children's faces, it's like, wow, you can't even pay for that, man. You understand what I'm saying? Which is a beautiful thing. Surprisingly enough, Brother Rich, I've seen a lot more women jogging over the last couple of weeks, man. Sweating them damn fake-ass temporary perms out, you understand what I'm saying? Because of the Olympics shit. I'm serious. So go on, chunky sister, do your thing. We watching.
Keep jogging, huh?
That's right. Keep doing your thing. Keep power walking. Keep exercising. Get it together. And don't waste. And when I see them sisters on the sidewalk, on the side of the road, when I'm driving, doing their thing, I'll stop and tweet about their damn nappy hair. Do your damn thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Right, right.
Peace, family. This is Brother Rich from UGR, urging all my viewers and subscribers to help support the channel by donating just $1 to the UGR PayPal account. We appreciate the viewership and support, and we understand the power of $1. If you benefit in any way, shape, or form, we ask that you donate $1, whether it be monthly, bi-monthly, quarterly, or yearly, so that we can build our brand to compete with the NBCs, the MTVs, and the Foxes of the world. I figured since Kanye could ask Mark Zuckerberg for 1 billion, I could ask my subscribers to donate $1 so I could make the best possible content possible. The main objective of this channel is to inspire you to become the greatest version of yourself. So hopefully throughout the years of you watching this program, you have been inspired to become the greatest version of yourself. If you would like to donate, you could go to www.paypal.com and send a donation to richandmerit7@yahoo.com. Thank you and enjoy the rest of your program.